Hi, Jessie Nebulous here. Welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out the pilot to Merlin, the BBC version. I know there was like an American version many years ago. I say many years ago. I want to say it was like late 90s. And I don't think they're connected other than being based on the same source material. Because I do believe that one had Sam Neill in it as Merlin, so it took place when Merlin was a little older. This one, it does appear that Merlin as a character is a young man. Or at least I'm assuming the guy that I've seen on all the posters is Merlin, because the show's called Merlin. It'd be really weird if it weren't him, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. So, aside from having just a base level of knowledge about, like, King Arthur and Guinevere, Lancelot, those people, I really don't know what else to expect from this show. I don't even know really the tone of the show. I don't know if it's more like drama or if it's more adventure comedy. You know what I mean? I don't know what to expect. They could take that in a few different directions. But the reason we're checking this out is because I was looking at Anthony Stewart Head's filmography because I'm enjoying him in Buffy so much. And this kind of stood out to me as something that we could possibly check out on the channel. So I put it into the form of a poll, and it did win the poll. There was also some interest for The Last of Us and The Expanse, and I already actually recorded The Expanse last night, the first episode, simply because I tried to record this one last night, but I ran into some technical issues that I had to sort out before I could, it didn't want to record correctly. So I saw like the first 30 seconds of Merlin walking. That's all I got. So that's all I know of the show going in, is that Merlin walks along a road. That's all I got. Or the guy I assume is Merlin. As I said, stranger things have happened. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So let's just get into this. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like or a comment. That really helps me out, particularly with a pilot reaction, because it's the only way I know if it is worth continuing the rest of the show, is if you guys let me know it's something you're interested in. So that would be awesome, and I would appreciate it. You can always subscribe for more, of course. You can check out the Patreon if you want the full-length reaction. You can also check out the membership tab here on YouTube if you want early access to the edited videos. And I have both of those like several weeks in advance at this point. So, alrighty, let's just get into it.
It will be for the young warlock arriving at the gates of Camelot.
Ah, he's a warlock.
His name, Merlin.
Yep. Okay, confirmation that that's him. That's a neat looking castle. Anthony Head, yes. It's Anthony Stewart Head to you. John Hurt. Hey, I know that name. I know him, definitely. Know him best as Ollivander, of course, and then also like from Alien, and now he's been in a few things that I've seen. Ooh, not a good first introduction to this place.
Let this serve as a lesson to all.
Hi.
Is a judge guilty of conspiring to use enchantments and magic? I, Uther Pendragon, have decreed that such practices are banned.
Ooh.
On penalty, there is but one sentence I can pass.
Choppy, choppy, chop. Yeah, it seems like he's gonna be a bad guy. He's definitely giving bad guy energy. Oh, okay.
There is only one evil in this land, and it is not magic. It is you.
Oh, she's being brave. Or dumb.
You took my son.
Oh.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a son for a son.
Seize her!
Oof. Though I do want to point out that even though people think of eye for an eye as a call for revenge, that's not what that means. It's a call for fairness. Because prior to an eye for an eye, it could be something like simple, like you could steal a loaf of bread and they'd cut your hands off. That's not fair. So when it says eye for an eye, it just means that the punishment should be equal to the crime. Oh, that's quite a mask. I don't know how to feel about that. Uh-oh. I mean, it was good for you to do, but,
What did you just do?
accidentally did magic.
I just want to know where you learned how to do it.
No,
Where did you study?
Is he natural?
I've never studied magic or been taught. I was born like this.
That's impossible. You're not meant to be here till Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Ah. Right then. I should say thank you.
Yes, you should. So I guess he's been sent to be like an apprentice, and he naturally knows magic, and it sounds like that's not a normal thing. It sounds like generally you have to be trained. Well, that's rather pretty.
If he were to remain, I fear what would become of him.
Oh.
If you understand a mother's love for her son, keep him safe.
Well, apparently this is someone she trusts a great deal. And who are you?
Morgana.
Morgana?
I just don't think chopping someone's head off is cause for celebration.
I'm with her.
Didn't hurt anyone.
You were not around 20 years ago. You have no idea what it was like.
How long are you going to keep punishing people for what happened then?
I'm your guardian. I expect you to do as I ask.
You know, the more brutal you are, the more enemies you'll create.
Yeah, this is true. Pretty horses. Love me some pretty white horses. So I think Anthony Stewart Head's character, Uther, is the father of Arthur, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it does sound quite ominous and mysterious and strange. Oh, hello. Well, this doesn't seem very nice, lady. I know you want your revenge, but this doesn't seem to be the way to go about it. Imagine it's gonna make her look different because she's clearly been wearing makeup. Ah, she stole her face. And the rest of her too. But, oh, okay. Her reflection remains. Who's a whispering?
Help yourself to breakfast. How did you do that?
It just happened.
You can help me until I find some paid work for you.
A better breakfast.
Off you go.
Yeah, that's a little better than the porridge. It's interesting sending a newcomer to be the errand boy, but I guess he's got to learn somehow, right? Don't drink it all at once.
But the guy said don't drink it all.
Well, he's gonna do it anyway.
I'm sure it's fine. It's into the sun. It's not that bright. A bit like you then.
You don't have to be rude. Oh, that's a cool target. Do not...
Here? Told you to keep moving.
I'm not sure I like this guy.
Hey. Come on, that's enough.
Oh, be careful though, you don't know your...
You called me friend.
That was my mistake. I'd never have a friend who could be such an ass.
Because you might be careful if you don't know who it is.
What are you going to do to me?
You have no idea.
Be my guest. Come on.
Gotta be careful, you don't know who he is though, that's the...
Well, who do you think you are, the king?
No, I'm his son, Arthur.
Oh, Arthur's a jerk in this one. Good to know. But he's raised by Uther, who seems to be a major jerk. Ah, you can get out of here. I have faith. But this is why we don't mouth off to people that we don't know. Even if they kind of deserve it, and I feel like he did. So we've got the imposter. And she wants to kill Arthur. That's the way this is going. To get her revenge against him.
Well, it's always worth the wait.
It will be.
Oh, so he stayed there. I kind of assumed he'd figure a way out of it.
I managed to pull a few strings to get you released.
Oh, it was very nice of him. Yeah, that's kind of part of the course. Bet the extras had fun chucking fruit at the main actor.
I'm Guinevere, but most people call me Gwen.
Oh,
I'm Merlin.
Guinevere, huh?
I saw what you did. It's so brave. Because you don't look like one of these big, muscly kind of fellows.
Thanks.
Arthur's a bully, and everyone thought you were a real hero.
My fans are waiting.
Yeah, fresh munitions. Seems like a waste of perfectly good food, if you ask me.
What did your mother say to you about your gifts?
To hide them.
That I was special.
You are special. You are a question that has never been posed before. One dragon he chose not to kill. Kept it as an example.
And that's who's been talking to him.
A cave deep beneath the castle. Preparation to Lady Helen. She needs it for her voice.
Well, is she going to be able to sing at all? Because she's just stealing the visuals, right? Not the actual body with the vocal cords. Wonder if he can see her for what she is, you know what I mean? Well, aren't you nosy? For all you know, that's a diary. And if that is a very important book with her magic in it, she's not being very discreet with it, is she? She just left it out.
I was asked to deliver this.
He doesn't see her for what she is. Okay. I thought he might be able to see through her glamour, or whatever that would be called in this show.
How's your knee walking coming along?
I've told you you're an ass. I just didn't realize you were a royal one.
I could take you apart with one blow.
I could take you apart with less than that.
You've got a bit of a pride and ego issue there, Merlin.
I've been trained to kill since birth.
How long have you been training to be a prat?
You can't address me like that.
Sorry. How long have you been training to be a prat? My lord.
I just don't see what this is going to accomplish, because if you beat him, which I don't see happening, but if he did, he could still throw you in jail, and if he wins, he can probably kill you. See, look at all the produce that's being wasted for this. And this is actually decent because it makes him look bad, and that's what he doesn't like.
Maybe an idiot, but he's a brave one.
There's something about you, Merlin. I can't quite put my finger on it.
How could you be so foolish?
Yeah.
He needed to be taught a lesson. If I can't use magic, what have I got? I'm just a nobody, and who always will be.
Aww.
If I can't use magic, I might as well die.
Yeah, it's gotta suck knowing you're extraordinary, but it's illegal to show it in any sort of capacity. Particularly for a young man who's kind of rash and, you know, has grandiose ideas.
I'm not a monster, am I?
That depends on how you use it.
Don't ever think that.
Then why am I like this?
Why is anyone born any sort of way? It's interesting in this one that him and Arthur are about the same age. I think usually Merlin's supposed to be much older, is the way it's usually shown.
Poor child, it can't have been easy to grow up without a mother.
That bond between mother and son, it's so hard to replace.
If you remarried, I'm sure you'd have the pick of any lady in the kingdom.
Technically, yeah.
It's certainly too late for Arthur.
As much as I don't like Arthur, we shouldn't be murdering him, so stop it, lady, stop it. That's definitely John Hurt's voice. So the dragon's talking to you from underneath the castle, boy. He does seem like a man who would snore. And sleep heavily. And with a candle burning. You don't fall asleep with a candle lit. This is how we burn down houses. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Now snuff out the candle because he's trying to burn the whole damn house down. Trying to burn the whole castle. Just like, how? And how? I don't think I'd follow him anymore. I'd be like, nah, I'm okay. I just like to think of John Hurt in like an audio booth just whispering Merlin over and over again. I think John Hurt might have passed away somewhat recently, if I'm remembering correctly. I want to see this dragon. Oh, hello. Not a bad looking dragon, I'd say.
How small you are for such a great destiny.
What destiny? So there is a reason.
Arthur is the once and future king who will unite the land of Albion.
Albion.
Right.
But he says, without you, Arthur will never succeed.
No. No, you've got this wrong. If anyone wants to go and kill him, they can go ahead. In fact, I'll give them a hand.
None of us can choose our destiny, and none of us can escape it.
No, there must be another Arthur, because this one's an idiot.
Perhaps it's your destiny.
Well, not an idiot, he's just an asshole. Oh, so he's tasked with making Arthur worthy of being the king. So that he can unite Albion, which is Britain.
Wait, stop. I need to know more.
Doesn't sound like he's gonna give you more.
Have you seen the state of this room?
It just happens.
By magic, Well, you can clear it up without magic. Poor girl's suffering from nightmares.
Are they nightmares about her guardian? Because he's a kind of a twisted kind of man. You should knock.
Pass me that dress, will you, Gwen?
You're being inappropriate, young man.
Because I'm the king's ward, that doesn't mean I have to accompany him to the feast.
Yeah, just go knock on the door or something.
Where are you? Here.
Jeez.
I need some help with this fastening.
No.
Gwen?
I'm here.
Well, it's cute you're infatuated already, but geez. So, Arthur marries Guinevere. Or at least I believe that's how it went in the source legends.
Come in.
Don't kill this one too.
I sing all the time.
Oh, yep, she dies. Oh, come on. She seems so nice. Yeah, she's willing to kill anybody, and that's not good. I mean, I feel for her loss, because that was a terrible thing, but Isn't that an immodest amount of shoulder for this time period?
Remember, you're here to work.
Some people are just born to be queen.
No.
Not that I'd want to be her. Who'd want to marry Arthur? I like much more ordinary men. Like you.
Thanks.
I do think she'll end up with Arthur, though, if they follow what I know of the base legends. It's an interesting puffed collar. It's an interesting dress altogether. And then she didn't even, like, do anything with her, just left her there. It's disrespectful. I imagine Merlin's going to save Arthur in some fashion. He's good at being a bad guy, I have to say, as much as I love him. Okay, so she can sing. It's very pretty. I suppose I need to talk over it or I can't use it. Music gets snatched by copyright so fast. Uh-oh, I think it's doing something to Arthur that's not good. It's doing something to everybody that's not good. Oh, that's a cool effect. I like it. Well, I like the effect, not what she's doing. Very pretty. I like it. Crunch. Good. Those webs must be so irritating. Fake webs everywhere and they're very irritating. Good job. At least you didn't use magic to save him this time, because that wouldn't have gone over well with Mr. Uther up there. Well, points for effort, lady.
You saved my boy's life. You shall be rewarded.
No, honestly, you don't have to, Your Highness.
You shall be Prince Arthur's manservant.
That's a reward? Jeez. Royals have such a weird way of thinking about things. It does help him in his mission, but jeez. Manservant. It's a nice way of saying bitch boy.
Seems you're a hero.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
I knew it from the moment I met you. This book was given to me when I was your age.
Ooh, we've got a magic book, perhaps.
But this is a book of magic.
Oh, it's a really cool prop. Like, the writing and everything looked really cool.
Your destiny's calling. You better find out what he wants.
Go be a manservant. Oh, he's got a cute smile. Okay. Well, I enjoyed that. Even though it's weird to see him billed as Anthony Head. I guess maybe he dropped Stewart at this point in his career. I don't know if he still goes by that or not. But I'm curious. Anyway, Mr. Anthony here. It was fun to see him. He definitely is a very different character. He's very menacing, very brutal, and very cold. Which isn't who he plays in Buffy, of course. He's a very different character there. And different from who I've seen him in previously in a movie called Repo, the Genetic Opera. That's where I first met him. And I love him in that. I love that movie. It's a ridiculous movie, and it's got some issues. But overall, I love that movie, and I love his performance, and I love his character in it. Yeah, so it was fun to see him just play something a little different. At least different from what I've seen. And I really like the character of Merlin. He's got a sense of justice to him, and I kind of like that he and Arthur are the same age and that they're going to be sort of thrown in together, and Merlin has to protect him and guide this guy, even as he needs guidance on his own in some ways, because he does have all these powers that he doesn't quite understand, and he has to hide for one. So I liked it. I thought it was a really interesting and fun introduction into this kind of world, and it does look like they're going to take quite a few liberties from the source material, which is perfectly fine. I don't even know enough about the source material to pinpoint what, unless they're huge changes. But I don't know a great deal about the Arthur legends. I know about like Excalibur and like Guinevere and Lancelot, and that's pretty much it. And I think like Morgan or Morgan Le Fay or Morgana, I don't know if they're all the same or what, but hey. So yeah, that's fun. If you want to see more, let me know. That's how we're going to determine if we're moving forward with this, is if you guys are interested, because I could definitely watch more of this. It was entertaining, and I'd like to see what goes on in it. But it's up to you guys if we continue watching the show or not here on YouTube. So it's up to you, so just let me know. You can also check out the Patreon if you want the full-length version, or you can go ahead and check out the channel membership plan here on YouTube to get early access to the edited videos. I'd like to thank my Patreon producers as well as my early birds here on the channel for their continued support. You guys are awesome, and hope to see them and everybody else in the next video. I'm Jessie Nebulous. Bye!